Oh, I remember during our last lesson, I had mentioned about les accents or the French accents, and we had seen a few accents, but we promised to exhaustively do all of them so that we can wait and see why do we need accent in French. So I can start by saying that French accents have two uses. The first use, they are meant for the purpose of pronunciation. That is the first use. That means they affect the way words are pronounced. So the first is for pronunciation purposes. That is the first one. The other use for French accents is that they are used to distinguish one word from the other. So distinguer des mots. And that is very important. The other thing is that we have 5 French accents. We have 5 accents that we normally use. And we are going to start with the first accent. We call it l'accent aigu or l'accent aigu or sharp accent. We call it sharp accent, l'accent aigu. L'accent aigu. This accent it's normally placed on letter E. Letter E. It is very, very common with letter E. And this accent, whenever you see it, it sharpens the E to be pronounced like A sound. Because when E has no accent, we say it is mute. It's not pronounced. It is E. It is E. But once sharpened, it becomes A sound. A. We can have an example of the word bébé, le bébé, le bébé, le bébé. So you can see how that accent or those accents are changing the pronunciation of the word bébé. We can have another example where we can have l'accent aigu, like fatigué, the adjective fatigué. Yeah, that way. So whenever that accent is placed on letter E, it will always be hard. For example, chef, you can first of all remove that accent and just put an ordinary E. Yes, that is now fatigue. Fatigue. You can hear that the E is totally mute. It's not hard. Fatigue. But the moment we put the accent, it becomes fatigué. That's how you say that accent is sharpening letter E. That is the first accent. Any question about that accent, Wamboy? Do you understand it properly?
Oui.
Nancy, do you get it properly?
Yes.
Good, très bien. Let's go to our next accent, and that is l'accent grave. L'accent grave. L'accent grave faces the opposite direction of accent aigu. Yeah, it is normally found on letter A and letter E and letter U. You can also find it on letter U. So normally on A, E, and U. This accent mostly does not affect the pronunciation. Does not affect the pronunciation, but we use it to distinguish one word from another one. That is why when we have it on A for preposition and A for the verb avoir, they both have the same pronunciation, but no change, but the meaning is different. So remember that accent grave does not affect the pronunciation of a word. It will only change the meaning. We can have an example like le père, le père, la mère, la mère. So mostly that is why you find it on letter E, also on like letter A, like when we say à la maison, like je vais à Nairobi, that accent will always be placed on A. So it becomes a preposition. Oh, that is the second accent. So Amboy, do you get it?
Oui.
Nancy, c'est clair?
Oui, c'est clair.
Très bien. Then we have the third accent, that is l'accent circonflexe. L'accent circonflexe. This accent looks like a heart. Looks like a heart. It is found mostly on letter A. You can find it on A, on E. You can also find it on O and I, E. You can find it on those vowels. And this one, again, does not change the pronunciation, but with or without it, we shall pronounce that letter as it is. For example, we can have the noun la tête, or la fête, and the verb être. La fête and the verb être. Good. Okay, the fourth accent is l'accent cédille. L'accent cédille is only applied with one letter, and that is letter C. Letter C. Mostly when we have C followed by A, we are likely to have C with an accent that is below the C. It hangs like a tail below letter C to modify it to attain the sound of double S. The sound of double S, so it becomes like sa. And when C is followed by O, it is likely O and I, there's a likelihood of us using our laxosity. So whenever you see that accent below letter C, always sounded like sa. For example, like when we write the noun le français, le français, le français, and François, the noun François. And even when we are greeting, we say ça va, ça, that ça, for ça va. So that is l'accent cédille. Remember, it's only used with letter C, no any other letter. Question?
Yeah, question.
Oui.
For numéro 1 and numéro 2, is there a
Oui.
particular direction that accent should follow?
Yes. Or for l'accent aigu and l'accent grave, the direction is very, very important because it will affect either the pronunciation or the meaning. So let us first of all look at the last accent, that is l'axotréma. 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 L'axotréma is normally two dots. They are like two dots which are found on either letter E or E, I. Yeah, either E or E. And this means that whenever this accent is used, you are supposed to pronounce the affected syllables or independently. For example, on the word Noël, Noël, or maïs, yeah, Noël, that is for Christmas, Noël, and maïs for maize. And also, funny enough, the word Nairobi will take E, trema. Yes, Nairobi, because French people can never pronounce the noun Nairobi the way we write it. They would pronounce like Nairobi, but with E, it will become Nairobi. Nairobi. So basically, these are the accents that we have of Français. There are 5 accents.
Oui, question? Don't stress so much about about them for now, because as we said, we are trying to build your speaking confidence. So it's good to know them. That's why we've done them today, so you can always refer back to them and understand. But the only thing you need to concern yourself is especially the ones that affect the pronunciation. Yeah, those ones, because they affect how you read a text. So mostly that one, l'accent aigu. And then l'accent cédille, very, very important, très important, et le tréma. So you should concentrate on those ones a lot, especially for spoken French, because they affect how it sounds. But the others are also important, but they'll be more important with written text as opposed to read. C'est bon?
Oui.
Four.
Ah, très bien.